To play in Joni's key for All I Want, we have to bring the tuning of the guitar down by a half step. So let's get in tune first of all. Take your first string down using an electronic tuner until the first string says D sharp. Down to D sharp. Second string down to A sharp. Third string down to G sharp. Fourth string down to C sharp. Fifth string down to G sharp. Sixth string down to D sharp. Now your tuning works exactly like standard tuning, all your chord shapes work, but you're a half step lower than standard tuning. And this version of All I Want is my own arrangement based on a kind of a hybrid between Joni's dulcimer part and the chords that James Taylor's using on the guitar part, and I'm strumming it throughout to get that percussive strumming feeling that Joni gets. Let's start with the intro. It's going to sound like this. Now that's actually the first half of the intro, bars 1 to 8 on your tab. Start with a D chord shape, but lift the first string finger off. Technically D sus2. Now, the key to strumming this song is to miss some downstrokes. Here, I won't give you strum patterns for every single time she changes it, because she changes it a lot. But something like down, down, up, down, up, down, up will work for a bar. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and at various times in the song she begins to accent up strums and miss the following downs. There's a typical example. Down, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. And I'm actually relaxing the chord shape after each of those ups. So some combination of down, down, up, down, up, down, up would be a standard strum pattern, and occasionally make it more syncopated. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. Which is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. All the ands. Alright, so we start off on that D chord, down, well I want to say down, down, up. Let's do it simply first, then I'll come back and talk about some nuances. Down, down, up. Then you want to take the second string third fret away and add the second string second fret. Down, and then put that ring finger back on the second string third fret, up, followed by down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. You're going to the second string, second fret on the 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now what you've got to try and do around this strum pattern in general is also damp the chord from time to time. When you're not playing an important beat, just mute it by relaxing the fingers on the strings so you get a slightly deadened sound. The open strings will ring, but the fretted ones won't. So for example, down, mute, up, mute, mute would be an example. On the next bar, bar 2, mute, 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 and then add, press the chord shape back down and add the first string third fret, down, down, or up, down, and then mute. Mute, 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 up, down, mute. Where the up, down has the little finger on the first string, third fret, the other two fingers still there from the D. Here are those two bars slowly. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now you should have 3 strings muted here, the first, second, and third strings, and continue with the muted through bar 3, all the way through. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. The fourth string will ring open, that's fine. By the way, I'm generally in this song avoiding the sixth string altogether. Now the next chord shape we're going to want is the first string at the 9th fret, second string at the 10th fret, and here she plays this various ways during the intro and then the outro where this sequence comes back, but it's almost all on offbeats. So here she goes mute, up, mute, 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 up, mute, mute. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Any offbeats you put it on will be fine, and you can also put one of the downs in afterwards if you want. It doesn't really matter what you play, the key thing is to get that shape and try and accent upbeats. So that's bars 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now bars 1 and 2 repeat at 5 and 6. And so does the muting bar at bar 3, that repeats at bar 7, except that the first 9 and 10 chord comes on the and of 4, if you want to play it just like her. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and into bar 8, mute, 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 up, down, up. So those two bars together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And here's the whole of those first 8 bars of the intro. What happens now for the final 4 bars of the intro, 9 through 12 on your tab, is we're going to a normal D chord and we're going to play this. A lot of quick chord changes in here. You're starting on a D chord and we're going to go to A and then back to D within the same bar. 1 and 2 and miss, up, down on A and up again on D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That D rings across the next bar and then all on upstrokes. We're going to play this chord. You want the first string at the 5th fret, the 3rd string at the 6th fret, 2nd string 7th fret, up. Then one of the normal ways of playing A7, a bar of the top 4 strings at the 2nd fret plus the 1st string 3rd fret, up, and a normal A chord, up, down, up. Let's slowly do the count on those bars 9 and 10. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and. Now the D-A-D bar recurs. At bar 11 it's the same as bar 9. And the rhythm of bar 12 is the same as the rhythm of bar 10, but the chords change. The first one that was the 5th, 6th and 7th fret chord becomes a D shape at frets 7 and 8. G over D. Up. Then an A shape that's out of the F chord shape, but at frets 5, 6 and 7. Up. And A, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here's the second half of the intro again at speed from bar 9.